Welcome to the Spiritually Empowered podcast, your virtual sanctuary for soul growth, spiritual healing, divine purpose, and conscious manifestation. Together we'll explore mysticism and magic, Buddhist and yogic teachings for inner liberation, shamanic energy medicine, psychic development, and tools to wield your power and protect your energy during this time of global awakening. I'm Ashley Coleman, ordained shamanic minister, advanced energy medicine practitioner, spiritual teacher, and devoted student of life's deepest mysteries. I'm here to help you alchemize ancient soul wounds, reclaim your power, and rise into your sacred calling to bring healing to this world in a way that only you can. I'm so honored to be here with you. Let's dive in. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to the Spiritually Empowered podcast. I'm so glad you're here right now. How about we take a deep breath together? All the way to the top of your lungs. Hold at the top if that's okay. Let the exhale seep out. An invitation to follow that breath out all the way into your pelvis. If you can, place a hand over your heart or over your belly. And taking this time just to say hello to yourself, to your body, to your mind, to your wholeness, to your imperfections, your struggles, your beauty, everything that you are, the wholeness of what you are right here. So much of spirituality can be focused on growing and ascending and rising and purification. And so much of the yoga practice and ancient Indian philosophy, even Hermetic principles of climbing up the tree of life and attaining the sight and the experience of God in your body. So much of spirituality through the ages has been focused on getting somewhere, going somewhere. And this is really a flavor of the patriarchy. In this culture we are in, and this is healing, shifting, and evolving and changing right now. I declare it to be so. We are in a imbalanced world where the masculine qualities of getting from point A to point B, evolution, growth, those have been valued over the feminine qualities of embodiment, of rest, of intuition, of psychic channeling. And so remember that Zen Buddhism actually really teaches that there's no path, that you are literally the golden Buddha, the Christed one, completely imperfect, just the way you are now. It's both. You are completely godly in your connection to the all. You are the golden Buddha, right? The Buddha said everything has Buddha nature. Christ said the kingdom of God is within you, right? And so if we are already that, then how would we live knowing this? Shamanism says when you remember the truth of who you are, that you're one with Great Spirit, there's a laughter over the mountains. So we go and we live as the golden Buddha, as the anointed one, completely imperfect. A little fucked up, as my teacher who ordained me as a shamanic minister, Star Wolf, would say. She's, I think, set at 70s. And she said, we're always going to be a little fucked up. So there's no more waiting. This is the moment of your awakening. And what this means is you hold back no part of your love. I come from a 7-year addiction and codependency and not wanting to be here and really a disturbed mind and heart. And so much of what I've learned is that it's just one half of the experience to purify, to heal, to edit our karma, to do the stuff, to move forward, to liberate, the rituals, the therapy. That is literally one half. And the other half is to live as the anointed one, the chosen one. You are that. What I'm trying to say is your healed self, whatever that is, you a year from now, more healed and more whole, I believe that's where you'll be. You're no more worthy of the love that you are than you now. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I am saying. Is that once you attain the next level of your growth and evolution, or get the job, or move forward, or heal that childhood wound, or let go of that thing, or get stronger in the gym, that makes you no more worthy of love. Will you feel this? The shamans don't wait. My teacher, Alberto Villoldo, says the shamans do not wait. The mystics don't wait. We are infinite beings inside of a finite reality where time is something we experience. No, this isn't all an illusion. There are some spiritual pathways that say all of this is an illusion. No, it's real. Because if I pinch you, it's going to hurt, right? And what I preach and practice and embody and live is wholeness, empowered wholeness, where every part of you is worthy of holy love. Because when we take away love from one part of us, it gets demonized and it stirs up and creates a quote unquote demon, right? A demon, that energy, that essence, and we can have a whole conversation about this, is removed from source holy love. That's what it is. So in this moment, how much love can you receive? I know you're imperfect. I know you're working on things. I know you probably have your vices like me too, right? And you're doing a fucking amazing job. And I love you. And I'm proud of you. And will you remember that there is no perfected state? And that the love that you are, that Christ love, whatever you want to call it, is waiting for you to remember. So no more waiting. Open the door to what you are. Walk in like the crowned one, the crowned chakra. The chakra at the crown of the head, the 1,000-petaled lotus from the yogic teachings in India, talks about this is where we remember our oneness with the all. And why do we call it a crown, right? Because it's a level of anointing, of being chosen, of being royal, not above anybody. If you know me and you know winged alchemy, we break the hierarchy down. There is no one below you and no one above you. So as you put your crown on, you see the God in everyone. You see the Buddha in everyone. Whatever you want to call it, you see the love of creation in everyone, because the law of balance states that there are both positive and negatives in everything, and we are whole in and of ourselves when we choose to remember. So yes, go do your spiritual stuff and your therapy and all that amazing stuff that I really believe in. And I love my hypnotherapist and I do my meditation every morning, right? And what I'm calling us into is to sit in the seat of your perfection inside yourself as you are now. No waiting. And if you would just breathe that through your body together with me, with the listeners here. Notice what happens in your body. Is there an expansion? Is there a love? Is there a tingly feeling? What happens when you remember? I'm curious. What is the sensation inside your body when you remember? In shamanism, we track, we observe, and we get close to ourselves. And what I wanted to bring you today is a short conversation on what does it mean to be spiritually disempowered. And of course, I speak from my own story and my experiences. because that was my reality for a very long time. I used to not want to be here. I used to feel absolutely powerless and hopeless and just drinking Pediasure to stay alive. And I wasn't hungry and just a lot of mind-body dis-ease. And all of that was my shamanic training, was my initiation that brought me into the seat of my power to help others, to serve, to do what I love. So what does it mean to be spiritually disempowered? And I'd love to have a conversation with you. I'm imagining us in a room together. And if you're local or near Richmond, Virginia, I have been putting on in-person events. And so if we could imagine together that we're here in this discussion, in this community, what does it mean to be spiritually disempowered? And I'll just dig right in with what is swirling through my mind right now. To be spiritually disempowered is to be completely bombarded by and influenced by the world. It's to have no center of self. It's to be a sponge to the external world. It's to be a consumer rather than a creator. Spiritual disempowerment for me felt like fear-based actions. And I remember specifically many years ago, I was walking into my grandma's nursing home. I was in the center of my addiction. I think I was still with that toxic relationship and the codependency patterns, but it was starting to break up. It was starting to transform and die within me as I was being rebirthed into this calling, into my awakening. And I was walking in and the sun hit my face and I had this desire. I felt like, wow, it would be so amazing to walk in and change the energy, uplift the energy of this whole building and everyone in it through my presence alone. Wouldn't that be amazing? If I could just walk in and influence the room. And I used to feel that I was so influenced, that I was a product of my conditioning. That I was influenced that the only way to be happy and free is to walk this narrow path of religion, for example. And how I become loved is to be hot and sexy and the music and the absolute bullshit conditioning. We made this all up. It's all fucking made up. Strategically, might I add, to disempower the people, to make us walk in line. If you're listening to this show, then you're my type of person. And you're waking up from the Matrix bullshit and you're becoming a writer of your own story. Instead of being written, you are a writer of your own story. I would love for you to declare that now. I am a writer of my own story. My story is not written from someone else or by someone else, but I am writing my story now. I am the myth writer of my own epic journey. And if we aren't actively writing our story and attuning our energy to this co-creative power that we have, we are going to be living in someone else's dream, specifically somebody else's nightmare. So you wake up every morning and that worry mind might start to come in within 5 seconds, 10 minutes. You want to start praying immediately or embodying holy love, right? I don't know if you vibe with the word pray. Mystic's choice here, my love, with the language that I use. Adapt it, make it your own, toss it, take it, you decide. But if we don't wake up and start programming ourselves, we are going to be programmed rapidly by our past or by something else. So this is about becoming an active participant in your own structures that make up your reality, because what's happening on the inside is always reflected on the outside. We know this, that our beliefs filter reality. So a person that is spiritually disempowered is a follower, is somebody who acts from a place of fear and from a place of needing to be liked. We all are here to find our people and be loved, but I'm talking about you are literally driven to follow and you are driven to feel safe in the conditioning of being a people pleaser. A spiritually disempowered person is going to literally ask everybody else what the fuck their truth is versus asking their own body, their womb, their heart. They're going to pull 1,000 tarot cards and forget to ask a tree. They're going to pull 1,000 tarot cards and read all the astrology. My point is they're going to externalize truth and wisdom versus actually looking in. And the mystics of old and Buddha and Christ and these amazing teachers say, it's inside you. So the mystic, the empowered mystic says, if my soul says go left and everybody around me says go right, my choice is left. It is a ruthless devotion to think for yourself, to question everything. And yes, that can go too far. I have a skeptic inside of me. I love her very much. And questioning everything is great unless the questions turn on yourself and you're just questioning yourself constantly. So everything in balance. I have a very strong skeptic. I question everything. I'm a truth seeker and everything in balance, right? And so I give my skeptic a certain role. I say, you can question everything over here, right? And that's another conversation about how I move with my own inner skeptic and all these parts of me. And my point is, someone who is spiritually disempowered looks everywhere but inside. And the thing about truth that I'm really realizing and having this conversation with my amazing partner, Brennan, who, side note, is going to come on the podcast very soon, and we're going to share how we met. I'm so excited for that. Him and I just got back from a beautiful cabin mountain adventure, and we were talking about all kinds of things. And one thing that came to me through one of our conversations was, isn't it something how the truth is like always right there? It's like always just obvious. If we just clear out the confusion, right? If we just evolve past the fear. A session I had today, a woman said, the biggest lie we say is, I don't know. And then Buddhism comes around and says, the way to true knowledge is by admitting that you don't know. So we like to talk about all kinds of perspectives here and dive in and unite these pathways of wisdom through time and tease apart these different wisdom traditions. And my ultimate goal, my love, is to bring you back to that deep love and embodiment inside your body. Nobody knows your path. Nobody knows what's real for you, right? Your body speaks. A person who is spiritually empowered is a self-thinker, is not a sheep, is not follow the crowd. And in being that way, you are rebellious. You gotta be willing to stand out, to be disliked, right? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for everything. So to me, being spiritually empowered is having a strong ass auric field so that when you walk into the room, you do penetrate that room and you do influence that room. Did you know that we can study the energetics of love and fear in the auric field? So love is scientifically, we can measure this. Heart math specifically, I think, measures this. Love produces a larger electromagnetic field than fear does. So love is of greater influence than fear. Fear is a contracted field. So if you walk in glowing in your awareness that you are the golden Buddha, that you are Christ, not that you're perfect, not that you're above anyone, but that you have remembered that you are holy love, that you are not holding back any love for yourself, that you are fully in your authentic state and doing your best at the same time, it's not passive, you're going to influence others without even saying a word, my love. Without even saying a word. Spiritual power is about that quiet influence of a person devoted to love. And it's not so quiet, but it's also not trying to prove. People come to you. You're like a magnet. They start talking to you. They start asking you questions because of the energy you emit. And a person who is in their spiritual power has sealed their field from negative influence. I have an entire free bundle that I want you to have. It's 3 parts. There's a morning meditation, an evening meditation, and a PDF all about commands. For example, my field is completely sealed now from taking on any negative energy, period, all day. Snap your finger, and so it is. Words are spells. And being spiritually empowered is being attuned to your sovereignty, your I am, your I choose, your I co-create. You're not walking into life being bombarded, but you are a co-creator. You are a writer of your myth alongside the God of your own understanding, because as you sink into the center of your will, your power, your freedom, your boundaries, you blend that, you connect that with surrender to the all, right? And that's the conversation that we have here so often, is uniting surrender and will, effort and surrender, however you want to say it, right? The masculine and feminine. So if that is your jam, and if you're ready to seal your energy, it's really simple. It's not hard. It's extremely effective. I get so much feedback on how these practices have really helped the community members, and it's completely free. I will put the link in the show notes so you can get that bundle. Seal your energy, and you will walk into a room and illuminate light. And remember, not everyone's going to feel comfortable in your bigness. Not everyone is going to feel comfortable in the presence of your power. And my love, do not waver. Keep your love on full blast. Keep your boundaries firm. And know that the people that move towards you, that support you, that love you, that maybe feel triggered by you, but they're like, boo, I am here for this. You inspire me. Those are your people. I pray that you do not shrink ever, 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 ever. And I'm with you in this journey. And that is what I have for you today. I hope you absolutely loved this episode. If you did, please share it with somebody. Share the love, drop a review. It really helps me reach more people. And go get that free bundle. I know it's going to affect you right away when you start to do these amazing practices. I love you, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you loved this episode, share it with somebody who you really feel would benefit from this message. I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll see you in the next episode.